morning, dear students. Today I will explain you the exercise 1.3 of Standard 7 NCERT Maths. But before that, we need to learn some of the properties of the integers. See how those properties in the previous class I explained you about the properties of addition and subtraction. Now come to the properties of multiplication. So what are the rules related to the multiplication of integers? Let us discuss about. Multiplication of integers. Regarding the multiplication, in the previous classes also you had learned that one integer, assume that example 5 and multiplied by -4 must be -20. How? Rule says that if you multiply one positive integer to the positive integer, the result is positive. That means positive integer into positive integer equal to positive integer. But if we multiply one positive integer to the another negative integer, then the resultant integer will be negative integer and the actual product of both the numbers. See, the actual product of both the integers with plus sign, the actual product of both the integers with minus sign, and when both the integers are negative, that time we get positive integers. Negative integer into negative integer equal to positive integer. These are basically for the multiplication of two integers. But what's about if there are more than two integers? Say -7 into -2 into 5 into 2, 20. See, in this case, to solve this, see, two negative integers and two positive integers are there. Whenever we get more than two negative integers, so let us make one more negative integers, then the situation will be clarified. The three negative integers, only count up the number of negative integers. If the number of negative integers is odd, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, like that, then the sign will appear as negative. If the number of negative integers are even, that time the sign of the actual product will be positive. Hence, in this case, there are only three negative integers, so the sign will be negative, and actual product of all these numbers, 7 2 are 14, 14 5 is 70, and 70 20 are 1400. In this way, you can go for the multiplication of integers for two or more than two negative integers also. The combination of positive and negative integers also I had explained you how to multiply them. Now come to the next thing, that is commutativity of integers. Let me explain the commutativity of integers. As in case of addition you had learned the commutative law, very similarly here also commutativity of integers. That is to say, A into B will always be equal to B into A. Example, -4 into 3 will be equal to 3 into -4. Both the cases, the result you are getting 12 equal to 12, and so on. So integers are commutative. Addition is commutative. Addition is commutative for integers. In case of commutativity of integers, we got that the actual product here also we got 12 and here also we got 12, and right now I had explained you about the sign. One negative and one positive integer, the sign will be negative. Here also one negative, one positive sign. Minus 12 is equal to minus 12. So it is clarified to you that integers are commutative. Multiplication is commutative for integers. That means you can multiply two or more numbers in any order, the result will be same. Come to the second law, that is, this was the first commutativity of integers. Second is multiplication by 0. Very simply, you know, if any integer a is multiplied by 0, the resultant number is 0. Take any example, integer minus 7 into 0 equal to 0. This was the example. This is multiplication by 0. So zero will turn any integer to the 0 if multiplied with the 0. Now next is the multiplication by minus 1. See, you had already learnt about the additive inverse. And additive, what is additive inverse? One more clarification here regarding the additive inverse. If you multiply any integer by minus 1, what do you get? Observe here. Multiplication by minus 1. A into minus 1 will be equal to minus A. Is that the additive inverse of A? Yes. Example, 5 into minus 1 equal to minus 5. We get additive inverse. On multiplying by minus 1 for any integer, we can write for any integer. Now the another thing, that is associativity of multiplication. See, fourth, as you had learned about the addition, addition is associative. So here multiplication is also associative. Very similar to the addition. We had learned there A into B into C was equal to A into B into C. It doesn't matter whether we associate B and C first and multiply it by A, or associate A and B first and then multiply it by 7. For example, if you take 5 into 3 into 4 equal to 5 into 3 into 4. Calculate them both the side. You will get 60 equal to 60. That means associativity applies for the multiplication, and the last rule is distributive property. The fifth one, go through the distributive property thoroughly. We need to use it several times. At so many places you will get it convenient rather than doing simple multiplication. If you go for the distributive property of multiplication, you will get so many multiplications convenient. See, distributive property, first is over addition. That is a into b plus c will be equal to a into b plus a into c, and b number is over subtraction. A into b minus c, where a, b and c all of them are integers, equal to a into b. Here the plus sign was there, that plus sign came in between, and this multiplication sign distributed to both, for b with a, for c with a. Similarly here the multiplication, instead of addition sign after the multiplication, the subtraction sign will appear in between, and the multiplication sign will be distributed both the side of the subtraction, and you will get a into b minus a into c. If you take the example, number 7 into 5 plus 3 equal to 7 into 5 plus 7 into 3. Calculate it. 8 into 7, 56. Is it not equal to 35 plus 21? Yes, 56 equal to 56 we got. These are the rules for the multiplication of integers. Following this much rules, you can solve the exercise 1.3. Now come to the exercise 1.3. I will explain you the sum one by one.